Since 1994, Shinnyo-en Foundation has supported community-based organizations and educational institutions that promote and engage youth in meaningful acts of service. 2014 was a benchmark year for the foundation, marking 20 years of philanthropic work through a variety of grants and programs. The year offered an opportunity to reflect on the positive ripples created by the organizations and individuals impacted by the foundation over the years. It was also a chance to look towards the future by nurturing youth leaders of today. A great place to see the ripples from the past and the future reverberating out is at the National Service Learning Conference. Held in Washington, D.C. this past April, the conference gathers young and experienced leaders from around the world to learn about best service practices and be inspired through workshops, dialogue, and exhibits. In addition to sponsoring the conference, the foundation supported workshops presented by grantees and sent a group of Shinnyo-en Youth Association members from around the country with the goal of helping to create the service leaders of tomorrow.
I'm really excited to be here because I get to meet other YA from different parts of the United States, as well as just kind of get to learn from other professionals and see what other people have to say.
Over 4 days, these young people had a chance to attend a variety of sessions designed to inspire, motivate, and educate them about making real change in their community.
If everybody has some paper and a pencil, or a pen, or whatever, and then on one side of the paper I want you to write your values. On the other side of the paper, write things that you care about, or things that you have a passion for. Because what I want you to try to think about is how you can combine your passion and your values to meet what the world needs now.
So my favorite workshop was Jay's. The fact that we got to write down our values and cores and really bring together what we will change in the world and how we will do that.
That's really made me think it's true that if what we're doing is not matching with our value, why are we doing it, right?
If you can, align your values and your passions, then you can create solutions for the challenges in your world, and your world is my world. It's all one world. For those of you who are Shinnyo-en members, this is exactly what Her Holiness talks about all the time, about doing whatever you can do in your own immediate circle, and that ripples out.
Please, in a strong voice. My workshop today is entitled, What's Right in the World? The first thing the Shinnyo-en young people do is think about their worries. What are they worried about in the world? What are the problems? What are their concerns? Then next, they think about how do they behave when they are downshifted or worried, and how ineffective they are when worry and negativity is leading their lives. The third thing we do, how can we begin to think about something positive that will make a difference in the world? And the fourth thing, what is good in the world, and how can that fill me up so I can continue to do good in the world?
I went to a Nan Peterson workshop. I'm so excited about it to use this kind of exercise, whatever I learned from here, and bring it back, and I want to share it to everybody.
What I think of myself as really before anything else, which is not what I was expecting, because I think of myself as like a geek.
And I'm a very different Egyptian, because I was raised in America, so I learned more American stuff.
The participants are sharing narratives, they're sharing stories about how their cultural identities have shaped their lived experiences.
My parents are from Taiwan, and I'm the first generation born here.
LFB's workshop on intercultural dialogue for peace was really great. I got the chance to talk to one of her students actually from George Mason University, and it was amazing that I found we had a lot in common.
I really enjoyed the fact that we kind of got together in our groups and then branched off and talked to one-on-one with someone that wouldn't normally get to speak with.
We should not judge the people based on the stereotype because it's not always true. And that's why I think this conference is very, very important and great opportunity to learn what the truth is and talk to the people.
Something that came out from my heart. It is inspired by other people's, and my heart reacts to other people's heart.
Over the years, people that have met through Foundation-sponsored events like these have gone on to build personal and professional relationships that have created positive ripples in their communities and beyond. One example of such a friendship began over 10 years ago between Nan Peterson and Leif Erikson.
So I need to get to Minnesota more.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. About 10 years ago, I was really struggling with a project that I wanted to do. I was trying to create a new summer of service camp at the Blake School in Minnesota. I had thought about it and just couldn't put together pieces of staff or schedule or students. I was at the Marconi retreat with the Shinnyo-en Foundation and was so fortunate to run into Leif Erikson.
So based on that conversation, and Nan can tell you more about this, that she was able to adapt what we were doing in the Palo Alto area to her work in Minneapolis.
So we had a wonderful lunch together, and he told me all about how he did staff, students, and scheduling, and he gave me all of his papers, all of his information.
So from that initial conversation 10 years ago, many things have happened, an example of the ripple effect.
And it keeps changing and morphing depending upon the students that come and the teachers and students that are leading it. So the ripple effect continues, and I'm so grateful.
All the people who are attending the conference are developing relationships and creating ripples that who knows where it will all end up.
While the impact of the National Service Learning Conference on these young people is yet to be seen, there are others who've been inspired by their experiences with the Foundation to take their community service to the next level. In White Plains, New York, Shinnyo-en Foundation co-hosted a family service event at the White Plains Public Library. One of the Shinnyo-en Youth Association participants was Ilse Carvalhos, who was directly inspired to take action in her community after her participation in the 2012 National Service Learning Conference.
I was really inspired after that. I was really thinking, what can I do? I was really thinking, actually, I don't do anything for the community or for anyone. I just think of myself. From that point on, I was really thinking of helping others. So I went to Brazil, to my country, and I saw that I could do something, and that I had the idea of creating a library in a community center. I was about to have my birthday, and I said, if you want to give me something, make a donation. I was able to find a place that is really in need of any support. They had a space actually. People in the community were coming to visit and see what's going on, and even the mayor of the city came.
Since that time, she's led several service projects that have helped people around the world.
My next project is in an orphanage. It's called Mary's Home. It's called, in Portuguese, Lar de Maria. Today I'm here at this family event, and we are collecting toothbrushes for the orphanage, new or used stuffed animals, and we are also making little kits. The people who are coming today, they are going to write a note to a child in Brazil in this orphanage. Not much, but for them, that they have nobody and no parents or no family, I think this is really special.
But Ilse is just one of the many young people inspired through the Foundation that are making ripples throughout their communities and the world. Here at Seattle University, people have gathered to honor the service and social justice work of students, faculty, and staff at the 10th Annual Spirit of Community celebration. Reverend Naruhiko Yoshida, temple manager of the Shinnyo-en USA Seattle Temple, accepted a Founders Award on behalf of the Foundation for over 10 years of supporting service programs through the university's Center for Service and Community Engagement.
I'd like to extend my most sincere gratitude.
The significance of the Spirit of Community event is that it's a recognition of the Shinnyo-en Foundation and Seattle University's 10-year relationship of co-creating programs that have had a significant impact on young college students here and on the community of Seattle.
Since 2005, Shinnyo-en Foundation has provided support for hundreds of Seattle University students who participate in year-long leadership and service programs, summer fellowships, and one-time experiences. One example of such programs is the Shinnyo Fellowship for Community Leadership, in which Shinnyo Fellows are creating ripples in their communities and beyond by putting their spirit of service into action.
For me, the ripple effect really started at the Shinnyo-en retreat, where I was able to see all of these people doing great things and really bounce ideas off and kind of find my own way, which shot me off in the direction of the Microenterprise Development Agency, where I helped develop a business development curriculum that really created a foundation for low-income, under-resourced entrepreneurs to start their own business and really find their own way, and in a way find their own path to peace. And that ripple effect kind of continues as they're able to serve their community.
Thanks to the Shinnyo-en Foundation and the fellowship that I've been able to be part of for the last year, I've been able to volunteer my time with One Equal Heart Foundation. One Equal Heart supports an Indigenous vision for the future by promoting healthy families, healthy communities, and a healthy planet. And beyond this, I've also seen that ripple effect through my fellowship affect my campus community. We've been able to engage volunteers, interns, and just the general student community around topics related to our mission.
The Shinnyo-en retreat was the start for me of kind of this continuing ripple effect. At the Shinnyo-en retreat, I was able to share my idea of my peace project of working with refugee communities in Seattle. And I was able to connect with other people connected to the Shinnyo-en Foundation who have been working with refugees, and they really encouraged me to dig into the communities that I would be working with and make lasting connections. I did that through my work at Refugee Women's Alliance here in Seattle, working as a case management intern, and I made relationships that carried on into my work when I moved to East Africa and was working in a refugee camp in Kenya.
These inspiring young people are great examples of the ripple effect in action. By supporting programs that nurture young people through workshops, networking opportunities, and financial assistance, Shinnyo-en Foundation is hoping to help emerging and experienced service providers create ripples that will radiate throughout communities and the world for the next 20 years and beyond.